Formation of a company. Now formation means what? Creating a company, bringing a company into existence and starting the business, isn't it? Basically there are 4 steps of formation of the company. But before we begin those steps, we need to understand the important documents used in the formation of the company. Why am I not doing the stages before? Because while reading the stages, those documents name will come. Then again you will be confused that what is the name or what is the meaning of those documents. So it's better we understand the important documents and then we'll move on to the stages. So the first one is Memorandum of Association. What it is? It is the principal document of the company. No company can be registered without a Memorandum of Association, and that is why it is called as the life-giving document. Now there are few contents. What will be there in that document? First will be the name of the company. The Memorandum of Association is a document, and that document will contain the name clause. That means the name of the company. And this name should not be similar to any other existing company. Okay? Situation. This will indicate the name of the state in which the registered office of the company is to be. Now suppose I have started up a company and its main headquarters is in Kolkata. So the situation clause, it will be mentioned, the name of the state will be West Bengal, because my registered office is in Kolkata, and Kolkata is in which state? It's in West Bengal. Next is object clause. Over here I have to define the objective of the company, the main aim of the company, that why is this company being formed. Okay. Next one, liability clauses. The liability of the members have to be mentioned, that whether it is limited till how much amount. It is limited to the amount unpaid on the shares by them. This clause limits the liability of the members to the amount unpaid on shares by them. Now just now we have learnt now. Let's go back and see. Paid up capital. Now understand paid up capital. How much have I paid? I have paid 4 rupees. But how much I was supposed to pay? 7. So how much I did not pay? I did not pay 3 rupees. For how many shares? 50,000 shares. Clear? So that way I calculate that how much amount is unpaid on the shares held by me. Suppose I hold 10,000 shares. So 10,000 into 3. I was required to pay 7 rupees, but I paid only 4. How much is unpaid? 3. And I hold 10,000 shares in the company. So 3 into 10,000 makes it 30,000. So my liability cannot be more than 30,000. Is it okay? And the last one is about the capital clause. In capital clause, we need to mention the authorized capital of the company. So understand, the Memorandum of Association actually contains the authorized capital. It is a record. That record is there in the Memorandum of Association, and no one can exceed the authorized capital. That is why it is written in that document. Now the next document that we need to learn is about the Articles of Association. What are Articles of Association? This document basically defines the duties, rights and powers of the officers and the board of directors. Clear? Also the rules for the management of the company is mentioned. Let's have a look onto the content. What will be the share capital, the classification of different shares that they have to mention, that how much will be my issued, how much is the subscribed that they have received, isn't it? What are the rights of each shareholders? What is the procedure for making allotment? Now what is allotment? See, you remember we discussed that applications are received. So when the application is received, suppose over here 50,000 applications came. So this 50,000 has to be allotted to them. Now they have said that they will be taking it, but I need to allot them. So after the subscription, the companies need to allot the shares. That is actually called as allotment. Means who needs 10 shares, to them 10 will be given. Who have asked for 5, to them 5 will be given. Who have asked for 20,000, to them 20,000 will be given. Okay, that 50,000 is a total number. Now individual, we will see that which person has asked for how many shares, and then those shares would be allotted to them. Forfeiture. What is forfeiture? In case a shareholder is making a delay in making payment, I will take back the shares from them, and that is called as forfeiture. Clear? Now after taking back the shares from them, I will reissue those shares to any other person. That is called as reissue of forfeited shares. Forfeiture means capturing the shares, seizing my shares back. Okay? Then procedure for selection and removal of directors. What is the procedure for closing the company? How much dividend I have to give? Okay, so these all content, I would suggest you to remember any 6 content. Any 6, whichever you feel easy, you can remember any 6 content. Clear? That was all about the articles of association. And what is prospectus? Prospectus is our third document that we are going to learn. What is prospectus? Prospectus means any document which invites deposits from the public. That means a kind of advertisement. Advertisement to the public to let them know about the shares or debentures, to ask them to come and subscribe. Okay? That is called as the prospectus. So what is prospectus? It is a document which invites the public to come and subscribe for the shares or debentures of the company. It is just like an advertisement. Clear? Let's see what are the contents. The company's name will be given, address of its registered office will be there, objective of the company, types of shares would be there, directors qualification would be there. Okay, name and address of the directors would be there. Now this is important. This one. This says the minimum subscription, which is 90% of the size of issue. Now what does this mean? Suppose I am issuing, okay, let's check the last example. How much did I issue? I issued 80,000 shares, right? So for 80,000 shares, at least 90% has to be subscribed by the public. That means 90% of 80,000 is how much? 72,000. So 72,000 has to be subscribed by the public. Okay, that is the minimum subscription clause. The minimum subscription clause says that how much ever the company is offering, at least 90% of that should be subscribed by the public. If the company is offering 100 shares, then 90 shares should be subscribed by the public. Next one, when the subscription will open, when the subscription will close, how much amount has to be paid on application, how much amount has to be paid on allotment. Okay, what are underwriters? Underwriters means in case the 90% is not fulfilled, right? That means if the company is taking only 70 shares, and for 90% how much I need? I need to have 90 shares. So what is the balance? 20 shares. Those 20 shares would be taken by the underwriters. So who are underwriters? Underwriters are person who work on a commission basis. They say the company that in case your subscription is not up to 90%, then whatever is the remaining number of shares, that's my responsibility to purchase it. But for that I will charge a commission. Clear? So that was all about the prospectus. So by seeing this prospectus, the public will understand that, oh, this is the company, this is its registered office, what is the objective of the company, what different types of shares it has, what are the addresses and name of the directors or the managing directors, right? It's just like, understand, it's something like your school diary, isn't it? Your school diary has all those details. It has the name of the school, address of the school, the principal's introduction is there, vice principal's introduction is there, Added to that, if there are some toppers, the last toppers, their pictures are also pasted, isn't it? So prospectus is something like that. Clear? Where all the information related to the company is provided, and seeing that the public would come to subscribe the shares. So that is all for today. We'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.